Are you one of those people who has a lot of trouble asking for help, even though when you need it? Are you one of those person who tells yourself you don't really need help and you can kind of figure out on your own? Oh, that can be miserable. I've been there before. Here's some of the common reasons people refuse to ask for help. And some of these reasons might relate to you. You might relate to. If somebody does something for me, they're going to expect something in return. And maybe I can't give them because I'm not in a position to help them. It could be that I don't want to ask for help. What if the person says no? Let's think about that. What if they say no? When you don't even ask, when you ask, at least you know there's a coin toss. It's either yes, that person will agree to help you, or no, they cannot help you or refuse to help you. But if you don't ask, there's zero chances that you'll be able to get help. Think about that. The other thing is sometimes it could be something that's really troubling or something that's really requires for you to go out of your comfort zone, to be vulnerable, that you're having a hard time with. I get it. There are times I've really been too afraid to share a lot of things about myself because I thought I'd be judged, or I felt like that maybe I might get rejection. And many of the times, when I've come to find that that's not even the case. People actually appreciate you, your humanness. They know you have struggles, and most of the time, people give you grace. So I actually, on and off, as it's little things at a time, I've been making that move towards feeling comfortable asking people for help. And I'm a member of a community where I have seen this model so well, where in this community, you can come. If you're in tears and your heart is broken, you can come when you're low of lows, and somebody will pray for you, somebody will give you a good word, somebody will encourage you and just help you. Even somebody might have an experience about how they got over and how they overcame and how they survived that situation. And the other thing is that this is a community where at the same time, you can talk about your dreams, the wildest dreams you have, and you don't have anybody telling you, no, that you can never do that. They're going to be like, yeah, good to see you. And they're going to encourage you. They might even give you some tips and give any help they can, whatever they're able to give you help with. And so I had this one post. It was really vulnerable. I basically spilled my guts. I had written it about a year ago, and I wanted to really have that post because I wanted to kind of have people understand who I was and learn about my journey, because I knew that was important for me to share, for me to let go of the things that would hold me back. And so I went ahead. I said, oh, wow, this is great. These people love me. That's going to be a problem. So I get ahead and shared that post and hit send in the chat. And the moment I did that, I was like, oh gosh, why did I think of doing that? So, and I just thought, too late. They're gonna yes and give me feedback. Oh no, they're not going to. I won't know unless I try. So yes, I did get some responses, but I didn't get as much response as I'd have loved. But I know, I get it. People are really busy. And so it's at that point, I realized I'd really gone over from the person who struggled to ask for help to the point where I realized I'm no longer the same person. I am comfortable asking for help, and I'm willing and ready to deal with the idea of somebody saying no and not feeling as though it's rejection. No could be it's not the right time. No, it could be I am not able to help you. No could be I'm not capable. It could be that sometimes it could be like I don't have time for that, or I just simply don't want to do it. And those are all valid reasons. And it's okay to let people, you want people to really be honest instead of helping you out of feeling obligated, that they do it with a good heart because they want to. And so I so happy those actually get to that point. It was at that point I realized I did not realize that that change had been happening to me all along. And it's such a relief to be in that space where mentally where I know I can ask people, and I know some of the time they'll say yes and some of the time they'll say no. And one of the things I've actually at that epiphany I had was that it's so important to not just have it give and take, give and take, give and take. There ought to be a place we reach out to ourselves, our hearts, and realize this person gave it to me. I may be able to help them. I may be able to do something for them in return. Maybe, maybe not. And instead of kind of sitting with their feeling like, oh, you don't want to ask for help because maybe you can't help them, instead, you could maybe do something that like barter. Maybe it could be that somebody gave you a gift, you can't give them a gift. Maybe you can help them clean their yard, or you might help them run some errands, or help them bring their groceries into the house. Simple things like that. Or else it could be that, wow, this gave you a lavish gift and you didn't even have money. Your money's tight. I remember those, especially the days I was in grad school. It was rough. Um, and just eating a lot of ramen noodles at this time. And so instead, what you might do in turn is just pay it forward. So instead of having this back and forth way, like giving, taking, we actually are paying forward. We create a domino effect of goodwill. And God knows the world needs that. So much negativity. And people just something simple, you do something, especially like accepted, especially somebody you don't know. It just makes people feel a sense of like, I matter. And then it also sets the mind where when somebody gives something to me and they don't know me, it creates goodwill. And we certainly did that. So if you've been struggling with asking for help, go ahead and start doing that. You've really nothing to lose. You will actually strengthen yourself and your ability to hear no and be okay with that.